Hi, welcome to Top Shelf Takes, the show on the internet that is made up of complete fact and no opinion whatsoever. We're here from Famous Secret Agent, and first of all, my name is Tim. I am the creator and director of Famous Secret Agent.
I'm Dylan.
I'm Biz.
And then we have a guest today joining us.
Hi, I'm Demi.
Thank you, Demi, for joining us. First of all, we're very excited to have you.
Excited to be here.
Something to clarify for viewers, I put this in the notes last episode, but even though his name is Biz, we do call him Tommy from time to time, so it's Biz or Tommy. I just noticed that last time when he introduced himself as Biz, and then we only exclusively called him Tommy the entire episode. That's just asking for confusion. All right, so this week we have a very important topic, one that could give last week's a run for its money. If you weren't here last week, we discussed the best cartoon birds of all time, and we did a top 6 for that list, and that was really meaningful and important. But this week we're going to be discussing the best pets of TV and film, and boy, guys, I don't know about you guys, this one hurt me. The number of beloved animals that I had to cut from my list crushed my soul.
You gotta be ruthless sometimes, though. We gotta make it happen.
We did. Before we get started, I just want to tell you guys quickly, my mom actually shot down my number 6 spot real quick. Sorry if this is on any of your lists. She destroyed me last night. I had Willie from Free Willy, and she was like, he's not a pet.
Tim!
She was like, he's not a pet. What's wrong with you?
He's definitely not a pet.
I'm sorry. I thought he and he had a special relationship, and they were a pet and owner.
Have you watched the movie?
What? Do you go to a zoo and say, that's my pet?
I don't think so.
No, you don't.
All right, let's move on to best pets in TV and film. I'll start. We're coming up at number 6. So, my number 6 pick, Perry the Platypus. First of all, I want to say we all want our own platypus. He's a secret agent, and this channel recognizes secret agents. I felt obligated to put him on my list. He hides his identity flawlessly, and the guy lives 2 lives at once. That's difficult. And he saved the world like multiple times. So that's my pick for number 1, Perry the Platypus.
So, Tim, I'm come to battle with you as well, sir. My number 6 pick is also Perry the Platypus.
Yeah, Dylan!
Oh, Perry the Platypus, the tri-state area would be ruined to
Yes, it would!
He is the single entity stopping Doofenshmirtz from not only taking over the tri-state area, but the world. Have you seen this man's gadgets? There's only one man that can outsmart him. It is Perry the Platypus.
Dylan, I'm gonna need a virtual high five right now.
My number 6 is actually Blue from Blue's Clues.
Nice.
She lives to come up with fun communication with her owner, Steve, if you watch the original one. And they're always very fun and entertaining. And she communicates directly with her human in a way that is not verbal, which is very interesting and exciting, actually. And her clues are always very fun to figure out. And she's very loyal, and that's a big component of my best pets, is how loyal and how loving they are. And Blue is very loving to all of the objects in her household.
So my number 6, Lassie.
Yeah, I was
Because
wondering.
when Tim falls down the well, who do you call for? You call for Lassie.
Tommy, I gotta agree with you. I almost put Lassie, and then my mom talked me out of it. She was like, no. I was like, come on, Lassie's like the original, she's the OG pet, like she is the one. So I kind of regret not putting Lassie.
Yeah, Lassie was one of my hard cuts. I felt bad doing it, but I just had no personal connections to her. So that's why I chose to leave her off the list. But that being said, I feel like this is a Donald Duck situation where she kind of deserves to be on this list.
Absolutely.
So the only thing I'm not with you and Dylan for Perry the Platypus is that I have him higher on my list, and I think the way you guys talk about him, he deserves to be higher. So
I said the Platypus higher. I like it, Demi.
I love it. All right, so it seems like Tommy takes the round with Lassie. Does anyone dispute this?
I would love to see Perry go up higher. Let's see where he can fall.
Shout out to Blue. I do love Blue from Blue.
Yeah, leaving Blue off hurts.
Yeah, I know.
There's so many though.
All right. So Tommy has the first entry into the list. Let's head over to you for number 5, Tommy.
I have what I would describe as the perfect family dog.
Uh-oh.
Comet from Full House. There's no other dog that is in anything that is that loving to every person in the household. And it might be the best looking animal on the list.
I would dispute that with you, but we'll get there.
All right, my number 5 is, I would say, the best family dog ever. Courage the Cowardly Dog.
Nice pick.
Oh,
Courage is right. It's right in his title. He's cowardly. He's afraid of everything. But whenever his humans need him, he steps up to the plate. He gets over his fears to protect his owners. That's loyalty. That's the best family dog you could ever have.
I'm gonna continue the dog theme here, and I'm gonna go Brian from Family Guy.
I was
I
wondering.
want to argue if he is a pet or not. It is talked about constantly. Peter is constantly saying, "You're my dog. You're my pet." Like it's very much referenced. So I don't think him as a pet is disputable. I think he is a major part in a large cartoon franchise, and I think he deserves a spot on this list.
Very nice. I'm going to go for a big swing here. I'm going to put someone else who I truly think needs to be on this list. I'm going Scooby-Doo. So I want a dog to pig out with and investigate mysteries that we're both not brave enough to solve with. These are 2 key factors that I want from my dog. He also talks, and like he has his own fun way of speaking, which is you can't copy that. There's no one else who has a similar speaking pattern to him. Rutrow, Scooby snacks, all iconic things in our culture that have transcended the times since his creation. And with many of the residents on my list, he is completely and utterly loyal. So my number 5 pick was Scooby-Doo.
So Tim, I'm just gonna throw this out there. I think Scooby deserves to be higher up on this list.
Yeah, I think we all have him higher.
I have him higher.
I understood that might happen. I knew 5 was kind of low for Scooby. I just had 4 picks that were really close to near and dear. That so I put Scooby at number 5 personally, but I understand.
I just feel like he's like one of the top iconic like pets. One of the first things that come to your mind. I think he deserves to be higher.
Fine.
I would vote against Comet only because part of my calculations were like how important these pets are to the plot. And Comet is just there to be cute and fluffy and emotional support, which is great and
Well,
valid.
so am I.
Wow.
It sounds like
Comet very rarely impacts the plot of Full House. So I would vote against Comet for those reasons.
I also would probably vote against Comet. Unfortunately, he's just not the standout of Full House when I think of the show, and I think the dogs on these lists need to be one of the first things you think about when you think about their properties. So for that reason, I'm probably not going to give my vote to Comet.
My vote would go for Brian.
Yeah, I'm gonna back Brian because like everything you just said kind of applies to Brian. He's just
Exactly.
like one of the main supporting factors of Family Guy. He might not be everybody's favorite, that's disputable, but I still think he is an important character to the plot.
Courage
In a
is the
sense.
main character of his plot. Courage the Cowardly Dog is the whole show. So
So I'm leaning towards Demi here, which is going to make a little conundrum. Only because if you're talking early Family Guy, sure, Brian has it all the way. But I don't know if you watch like second half anywhere Family Guy. Brian sucks. Like Brian's just like a horrible.
He's not the
Well, the
best
show
character, but sucks is harsh, Tim.
No, he's like really awful. Like he treats everyone really poorly and he's not likable in almost any way. The only redeeming factor is that he's a talking dog.
So let me say this. He's a different genre of Scooby-Doo.
But Scooby-Doo never like hurt anyone.
Different genre. He's the John Wick version of it.
I don't know if Brian's the John Wick version of Scooby-Doo, Tommy.
Put that on a t-shirt.
That can be our meme of the episode, Tommy. All right, how do we solve this? We got 2 and 2 here.
Coin.
Coin flip for the
Coin flip.
5 spot?
Do we agree? Do we agree to this?
I'm okay with that. I got a 50-50.
Okay, hold on. I'm pulling up.
Demi, do you agree to this?
Yeah, sure. Brian is heads, courage is tails.
Ryan is heads, courage is tails. It's Courage the Cowardly Dog for our number 5 spot.
He deserves it. He's the best.
Courage definitely should be on this list.
Yes.
It's a great TV show, a great cartoon.
So I'm coming in with our number 4 pick, or my number 4 pick. I'm going, ready for this? Pikachu. I'm not even a big Pokemon fan, and I want a Pikachu. I never grew up with Pokemon. I just thought the theme song was awesome, but I never did Pokemon Go. I never watched the cartoon, and yet I know that Pikachu is outstanding, and he is a pet who will save your life time and time again. Also, he has look at Tommy has one right there. Pikachu.
He's right there, dude. He's in my closet.
Yeah, all right. I don't want to hear a word against Pikachu after that. Pikachu has the powers of Thor in the body of a mouse dog. That is the cutest thing I could ever, come up with. He's also a go-to pick in Super Smash Bros. So for that reason...
Tommy's go-to pick.
He is. For those reasons, I'm going to go with Pikachu, and please don't knock me down again by saying he's higher on everyone's list.
I'm going to say something that I hate to say.
Uh-oh.
When we did our show prep, because spoilers, we know each other outside of the show.
What?
No.
Right?
I've never
When
read
we said R2-D2 is not a pet,
Yeah.
I think Pikachu is in the same category.
I fully disagree.
I
I
disagree,
really thought
sir.
about this. I think
It's a battle instrument.
But if in the world of Pokemon, they are the pets. That's the whole. They're
Pikachu,
pets that you can battle with. There's no other pets in Pokemon.
I agree, because R2-D2, you can throw the C-3PO argument out there, where C-3POs are obviously not a pet, and spoiler alert for our viewers out there, droids do not appear on this list. We had to make that tough call at the beginning that they don't count as pets. But yeah, I think R2-D2 is a whole different level. R2-D2 is kind of an indentured servant, whereas Pikachu is very much a pet.
He doesn't even go in the Pokeball. He hangs out with Ash all the time.
Yeah, yeah.
All right, let's hear the rest of the number 4 spot, and then we can come back to this debate.
Good call, Demi. My number 4 is Gary from SpongeBob.
Nice.
I think he is an excellent part to the plot. If you didn't cry during Gary Come Home, you don't have a soul.
You don't have
I
a soul.
sobbed.
It's the episode where they all turn into snails, and at the end they're all up on the wall, all making the snails, the meowing. It's awesome. You gotta love Gary. He's great to the plot. He's great working with SpongeBob right alongside. I love their dynamic the whole time. I think Gary deserves to be on this list, and he's definitely a loyal pet. There's the little riff when Gary comes home, but you know what? He comes home.
But does he really care about SpongeBob that much? He's
can't-
not a great friend.
They mended their friendship, and Gary was able to forgive
I've
SpongeBob.
got some points about Gary. I've got some points about Gary, but let's
All
hear
right.
the rest.
Let's go to Demi.
All right, my number 4 is actually Appa from Avatar: The Last Airbender.
Nice.
Who doesn't want to just bury their face in Appa's big fluffy body? He's loyal to a fault. If he hears that little whistle, he goes flying over to Aang. He does whatever he can to help Aang. Appa's Lost Days, the saddest episode of Avatar, and I'm including Tales of Ba Sing Se.
No, it doesn't get sadder than Iroh crying on a tree.
No.
I
No, we've made this argument before, Tim. That is about 30 seconds of sad. Appa's Lost Days is 22 minutes of sad, and it hurts me to watch. I have to skip it.
It's not 22 minutes of sad, because it has the coolest fight scene in the entire show of Avatar in that episode, which makes me want to rewatch it.
My number 4, Brian Griffin. Think about it. You can have a pet who's a designated driver.
Absolutely.
That's
And he
good
drives a
argument.
Prius. It's good for the environment. Come on.
Yeah. He
That
drives a hybrid.
Drives a
Wait a minute.
hybrid.
No,
He
that's
might
not
be
a good
the best
argument.
one
Brian,
here.
Brian gets drunk more than all the other characters, so that's not a good argument.
Well, so do I.
Guys,
Never watched
I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm pretty firm on Pikachu for this one. I feel like I got a good
Not
argument
Pikachu.
here.
I think Pikachu deserves to be higher up, Tim. I know you didn't want to hear that.
I'm
But
I'm
I
never
think
gonna
this
get
is
on this
a spot
list
for
if you
Pikachu.
keep saying all my picks need to be higher up.
He's the most loyal pet, arguably.
No, I have got one
No?
much more loyal.
Do you? We'll
Yes.
find out. We'll find out.
Look, okay. I personally wouldn't put Brian on my list at all just because I never watched it. But I won't deny you guys. I'm clearly outnumbered here. I wouldn't put Pikachu on this list either. And I did play Pokemon Go, and I do know about that. I just the line of I don't know. I just wouldn't put him personally. Gary was a hard cut for me. He's not on my list, and that's a hot take, and I understand that.
No, I'm with
The
you.
reason I do not have him on my list is the loyalty factor.
Yeah.
He is consistently belittling SpongeBob under his breath. He is very easily swayed by a cookie. He it only takes a cookie to get him to turn on
But he
SpongeBob.
comes back in the end. We all make mistakes, Demi.
I'm gonna say,
We don't be able to
That's
forgive
a
Gary
cookie
for
dough.
his mistakes.
if SpongeBob died, I don't know if Gary's life would be that different.
I agree, Tommy. I feel like he could care less if SpongeBob was his owner or not.
He's independent. You're gonna knock Gary for being independent?
Yes, my pet needs to need me.
I've really never seen him show a true bond with SpongeBob. He's they're kind of like roommates. They're like roommates.
Yeah.
All right, and then so Gary's been knocked down pretty hard. It looks like, and then I don't know if Pikachu's out of the running. I'm not trying to give myself false hope. I'm just asking, is it Appa by a landslide or is it a fight?
I mean, Appa was a hard cut for me.
Appa was
also a
tough
hard
Appa
cut
because
was-
for me.
It was between Appa and Perry at 6, and I had to give it to Perry for the reasons previously stated.
I still have
Um,
characters, so don't worry.
So who we going here?
I'm leaning towards Pikachu because stuffed animal factor.
I'm still
I don't want
standing on-
Pikachu to
I'm-
end up off this list.
I'm
so
still
I'm gonna
standing on
also
Pikachu.
give my vote to Pikachu. I think he deserves a spot on this list.
All right.
All right, our number 4 spot is Pikachu. Going on to number 3. Tommy, you're
Number
up.
3, which rewatching stuff, he's kind of an asshole. It's Snoopy.
Oh.
Oh!
My number 3 is Snoopy too.
Snoopy is
Oh!
a great dog to Charlie Brown.
He's kind of, but
So, but if you're gonna take that argument, you can say this for the same reasons we just knocked off Gary.
But if you have to choose one, are you choosing to have Gary as a pet or Snoopy?
I
So,
actually have an argument
Snoopy-
against you, Tommy.
my Snoopy argument is that yes. My Snoopy argument is that I was going a lot of Tommy said, our age characters. Snoopy is a family favorite. With
He's timeless.
He's timeless. Every time I had a cousin born, we'd bring them a Snoopy stuffed animal in the hospital because that's how family friendly Snoopy is. And the Peanuts. There's a Peanuts movie for every holiday. You get to know Snoopy no matter how old you are. He's
Yeah.
fine.
I'm shooting myself in the foot here because spoiler alert, Snoopy is significantly higher on my list. I'm going to say Snoopy may not be Charlie Brown's best friend because that is because he is too busy being the rest of the world's best friend. Snoopy is there for everyone. He
Is
is.
he running for Congress?
He might as well. I'd vote for him. He.
He's a war veteran.
Yeah, he's a war veteran. He himself is kind of a famous secret agent. And he has done so much for the world throughout the years. Everyone sees Snoopy and they smile. Anyone sees Snoopy in
Yes.
Woodstock building a little tower and they smile. Anyone sees Snoopy fighting the Red Baron, they're ready to jump into battle with him. I think Snoopy deserves to be higher on this list. I don't think number 3 is a. All right, I'm arguing before we even get to anyone else.
So it's going to me now because Demi also has Snoopy.
Yes.
So this is gonna be really tough to beat Snoopy. I have Doug from Up at my number 3 spot because he's just so lovable. Whoever thought to just put a collar on the dog that can just speak and then make the most lovable cuttable character ever. He hides under his porch because he loves him. Come on. And he brings back around, I'm blanking on his name, and I'm sorry, the old man.
Mr. Fredrickson.
Yes, thank you. And he's just so down.
Yeah, go ahead.
After the passing of his wife, he's just so, like, obviously, like, sad, depressed, and all that. And Doug comes around and tries to offer a new light into his life and show him that there's still happiness to be found. Come on, guys.
I do like Doug. I'm not even a huge Up fan. Like, I think the first 15 minutes of Up are amazing, but the rest of the movie gets a little scattered for me. Me personally, don't hate me, internet. But that being said, I do love Doug.
That's a hard list. Yeah.
And he is the cutest, best-looking pet on this list.
He's very cute. I don't know if I would have put him at number 3 though. That's kind of
That's too high.
It is a little high, but I've got a soft spot for Doug.
All right. No, I respect it, Dylan. My number 3 is Hedwig from Harry Potter. Demi is looking at me like I'm insane. Okay.
Very, very high for Hedwig to be number 3.
Okay. All right. No, let me make my argument. Hedwig is Harry's one sense of relief each summer as he is forced to live with the Dursleys. That kid is locked in a closet, and all he has is his bird. He's basically Ivan Dranko from Iron Man 2, just shouting bird, because all he has in the world is his one owl, who is such a loyal, good friend. She'll come fight off bad guys right alongside Harry if someone's bothering him, and she comes right into the fray. She also, the Wizarding World just randomly hates texting, so she allows long-distance communication. So she...
It wasn't invented yet.
What?
In the timeline of Harry Potter, texting wasn't a thing yet.
Irrelevant. So she was before her time. So Hedwig is a functional bird. I think she's adorable. And yeah, I vote Hedwig.
I think Hedwig, that's really high for Hedwig.
That's way too high.
For like a very minor character. It's just a supporting character. It's the same thing we said for Tommy earlier.
Oh,
you have Scooby-Doo and Hedwig 3.
Hedwig does not affect the plot. Like, she's a great bird. We love her. She's very loving. She's very loyal. We hated her death. Spoiler. But I would never put her higher than number 6, if that.
Oh.
And yeah, I had to cut Hedwig from my list. Like, I just didn't think out of all, like, she's just there. She does great support for Harry, obviously, but like, other than that, Tim.
She wasn't close to my top 30.
Ooh, that's a little harsh.
That's mean. Oh no, Tommy hates Harry Potter.
Yeah.
Not only that, a bird just wasn't make my list.
We did do birds last week.
Okay.
Yeah, that was cartoon birds, to be fair, though.
Sorry, Hedwig.
Hi.
All right. So what are our choices here again?
Snoopy
and Doug.
It's basically Snoopy and Doug. Okay.
It's
I gotta concede to Snoopy. I have to. I want Snoopy on this list.
All right.
Doug.
I think it's hard to argue against Snoopy on this list. All right. Going on to number 2, I'm going to start us off. Before I say this character, I'm going to say this is my biased pick. I recognize that this is not the popular pick. This is purely my personal favorite character on this list and the one that I want the most as a pet. My personal favorite for number 2 is Ghost from Game of Thrones. Now, I do feel like there's someone who would deserve the number 1 spot over him due to seniority, but Ghost has it all. He is the animal that I want most as a pet. He's 1 minute battle dog, next minute loyal puppy. He can switch on a dime.
For like most of a season.
Okay. He is one of those pets that no one else in the world has. Like, Jon Snow is known for having his cool like albino wolf. An albino dire wolf, who's a giant wolf already, who has a mind connection with Jon Snow. He is completely and utterly fearless, running in on the front lines in The Longest Night. I love that shot when they're all running into battle and they focus on Ghost, who's just like running ahead because he doesn't care about zombies. Ghost more than once prevents brutal deaths of several characters, including John, Sam, Gilly, several others. And then I just really want a wolf. That's the end of this argument. I just really want a wolf, and I want a dire wolf to be exact. So I know that's biased. I know you're probably going to rip me to shreds for it. I don't care. I love Ghost. I needed him high on my list. Go ahead.
So before I say mine, I made to say, I also love Ghost, but man, Tim, that is...
I don't
way
care.
too high.
I don't care.
Some solid reasoning.
Out of all the characters, I just don't see Ghost making even the top... Not maybe top 10, but 2?
I don't care.
Damn.
Someone had a pet dragon in that show.
I know. I'd pick Ghost over Drogon.
Which is like, is Ghost even the best? Well, Ghost is the best pet, in my opinion.
Pet on the show.
But it's arguable. Anyway, my number 2 is much more fitting for the second best pet of all, like, TV and shows, Scooby-Doo. For everything that Tim has already said, I think Scooby 100% deserves to be in the top 2, in 1 or 2, and you can't forget about him.
No.
He's not on this list yet, and he needs to be 1 or 2, and I'm going to stake the claim for the number 2 spot here.
Okay, my number 2 is also a Tim-like hot take. I'll probably also get ripped to shreds for having him this high. It's Stitch from Lilo and Stitch. And the reason, hear me out on this, he's one of the title characters. Not only does he bring a broken family back together again, he learns to love. He has a character arc. Tell me what other pet we have that has this complex of a character arc. He goes from being a selfish, evil little alien dude to a caring, loving, loyal member of the family. And he is really important to the plot, the whole plot. I would argue he's the protagonist. He goes through the biggest character arc. He wants the most. He just deserves happiness. I can understand why you wouldn't have him maybe at number 2, but he deserves to be on the list. I have him at number 2, but Scooby-Doo is hard to beat. I'll say that.
Can aliens be pets?
I think so.
They adopt him. They literally
do.
adopt him in a pet shelter. You can't. The technicality is already there. He's a pet.
So is Roger from American Dad is a pet?
I have
Make the argument.
It's not the same thing, though, I don't think. But I just want to touch on Stitch and say, Demi, I hold Stitch in the same regard as Pikachu, where I didn't grow up with Lilo or Stitch, and I still knew I wanted Stitch. Like, I think Stitch transcends a love of the original source material, and I also really like Stitch. I respect your pick for number 2.
I have a plushie I should have grabbed.
He's so cute.
He is. He's a great character.
All right, Tommy.
My number 2, kind of on the line of Tim's thinking, of where it is just selfless. She's going right into battle, and it is the saddest death I've seen in my life.
Oh, spoiler alert.
It is Sam from I Am Legend.
At 2?
At 2.
I've never seen it.
At 2?
No other dog in history would take that for their owner. And
I Am
have
Legend.
that straight promotion.
Ugh,
John
sorry.
Snoopy was a mashed potato sandwich.
I just don't remember Sam that much. I remember being sad the dog died, but I don't remember her name. I'm not like, oh, the movie is because of the dog. Like, I would have put John Wick's dog higher on this list than her.
Nope.
I didn't even know the name of the dog.
Yeah.
I will go out of my way to make sure Keanu Reeves is not on any list.
Wow.
That is
Out of my way.
harsh. Tommy.
What do you got against Keanu Reeves?
That's-
Save it for another time. Okay, well, we need an official 2 here, and I'm going to stake it for Scooby-Doo.
Yeah, I feel like that's the safest pick.
He can't not be on the list.
Yeah.
It's true. Scooby does deserve to be on the list.
And he's definitely higher than Ghost and Sam.
Okay, first of all, don't be mean to Ghost.
I'm just-
What do you mean it's Sam?
What did Sam do?
I mean, that's not even the best Will Smith movie.
Tim and Tommy's answers are way
Ooh.
too niche.
That's an episode.
Best Will Smith
Best Will Smith stuff.
All right, well, look, Demi, here's where I am. I think Stitch would take this in any situation where it wasn't against Scooby-Doo.
I would fully agree with that. Even I
Yeah.
have a hard time fighting against Scooby-Doo.
So I think our number 2 pick is Scooby-Doo.
Scooby-Doo?
Scooby-Doo. Scooby-Dooby-Doo.
What
All right.
are you?
So now we get into the good stuff. We're ready. We're here for our number 1 pick. Everyone ready?
Very open.
Yeah.
Buckle up. All right. Suck it in. All right, we're ready.
This is
All right.
kind of wide open for number 1. Scooby-Doo's already got the spot. This could be.
Well, funny that you said that.
Okay. Our number 1 brawl starts with Biz, aka Tommy.
I have Scooby-Doo.
Hmm.
There's no other dog you can solve adventures with.
Okay, my number 1, if you guys have been keeping track at home, I promise someone will be higher. My number 1, Harry the Platypus.
I like it.
Whoa.
Like
Yeah, whoa.
Literally.
Whoa.
Let her speak. Let her speak. I would love to hear it.
Hear me out. When we see
You
the
get a bump,
episode
Steve.
where they pick Harry the Platypus as their pet, the reason they pick him is because he's looking at both Phineas and Ferb at the same time because his eyes go like that. How much more loving can you be? And all the stuff that Dylan and Tim said earlier, he saved the world on multiple occasions. He perfectly balances his secret agent life. He's always there for them when they actually need him. And it's a fun little joke. Where's Perry? What's he doing today? Oh, there you are, Perry. It's a whole thing. And like you said, no other animal or pet is equipped to defeat Doofenshmirtz on a daily basis.
Daily basis.
Daily basis.
Every day he goes through this.
All right, Dylan, you want to come in with your number 1 pick?
My number 1 is my man Pikachu. I put him all the way at 1. I would argue he is the most loyal. He gets Ash started in his adventures. How can you not? And Pikachu has a great character arc as well, I would argue. And just you watch him and Ash grow together. They go adventuring together. You just see their whole arc to take on the Pokemon world. How can you not love Pikachu for all the other reasons we've already stated? I have him stake as my number 1.
My number 1 spot is another repeat, so we're going to need to do some list reconfiguring here. I think Snoopy is the number 1 pet for all the reasons that I have said before. I think it can't be anyone else. He's earned it. We all have several Christmas decorations of him, or did at one time in our lives. Can anyone on this panel disagree with that?
No,
Nope.
still have him on my tree.
But I've got several Pikachus.
He is
I do also have several Pikachus.
on your Christmas tree?
Of
Yeah.
course. Do you not have a Pikachu? Well, you didn't
I
watch
don't know.
Pokemon was like a large part of my childhood. I had hundreds of cards. I was pretty obsessed.
Okay,
Yeah.
well, he's the perfect best friend, maybe not to Charlie Brown, but to everyone else, including Woodstock. And you know how they say, name a better duo? I'll wait. That is the better duo. I
Pikachu
can't
and Ash.
Ooh.
for Snoopy and
Pikachu,
Woodstock.
not only is Pikachu a great friend to everybody, he's also still a great friend to Ash.
He's not a great friend to everyone. Not the animals he fights.
Well, we
Not
could,
the Pokemon, and it's accepted.
Demi's face.
Pikachu is a champion. He has literally earned titles, Tim.
A Pokemon League champion.
And yeah, can Snoopy have that?
All right. Let me finish my Snoopy argument. So
Hold on,
Snoopy,
hold on.
what?
There could be a very strong argument made that Pokemon is like dog fighting rings and it's animal abuse. So I don't know if Pikachu.
Well, we're canceled.
Well, yeah. Well, wait.
Okay, I have another solution akin to last week. If you would like to hear it,
We're gonna rearrange this list a little bit.
we
Chicken
have
fight?
to. Okay, hear me out. Right now, our top 6 list stands as number 6, Lassie, number 5, Courage, number 4, Pikachu, number 3, Snoopy, number 2, Scooby-Doo. I propose Lassie stays where she is, Courage stays where he is, everyone else gets bumped 1, and Perry the Platypus goes to the number 4 spot, making Perry the Platypus number 4, Snoopy Pikachu number 3, Snoopy number 2, and our number 1 pick, Scooby-Doo.
I actually like that.
I don't know.
I think Courage would be above Perry.
I disagree.
No, Perry should
No,
be
no.
higher than number 4.
Okay.
Reverse their roles, Perry would destroy all the monsters Courage faces and not even like break a sweat.
I agree. I
But
think
Courage
that
is
that's not
also-
even a fight.
Hold on, Courage needs to stay where he is. So I think Perry should be at least number 3.
I could see Perry above Pikachu
You
despite
want to give it to Perry above
One.
Pikachu?
I want to put Perry above Pikachu.
I'll do it. I'm crazy.
It's a hot take, but this is the final unarguable list, so we have to make sure it's correct.
Is it
You know,
possible
the
Perry
internet
should be
cannot dispute this ever again, so we better get it right.
Ryan Reynolds just turned the show off.
Number 6, Lassie. Number 5, Courage. Number 4, Pikachu. Number 3, Harry the Platypus. Number 2, Snoopy. And number 1, Scooby-Doo. Now, as always, we need to see who appears on this list the most times in terms of us, who won the day. So, Tommy, you appeared with Lassie and Snoopy, so you're on here twice. Demi, you have Courage and Perry and Snoopy. Oh, so 3. Demi, you're looking good. I only have once with Pikachu, and Dylan only has once with Scooby-Doo. So I think the
Are we
day...
counting overlaps?
What?
Are we counting overlaps? No.
I don't think so. I think what we decided in the moment will count, except with the exception of Snoopy for Tommy and Demi, because they both had
They were
it.
in the same round,
Yeah. Okay. So our winner for the day is our guest, Demi. You take the day.
Woo!
Well done. So Demi, thank you so much for joining us today. Is there anything you'd like to plug?
No.
Demi, thank you so much for joining us today. Is there anything you'd like to plug while you're here?
Yes, recently I launched my professional website, DemiDiCarlo.com. You could give that a little check out. It's basically an online resume for my theater experience, and hopefully that will open up again soon. But yeah.
She's the reason my lighting is so much better in this video than the first one. You should go check her out.
Yeah,
All right, very
you
nice.
can't see half of my face.
We'll work on that one.
Tommy's our next project. Guys, always a pleasure. Dylan, Tommy, always a pleasure to have you here. We'll be back next week.
Sure.
Demi, we'd love to have you again if you ever feel free.
Sure.
All right. So everyone, if you liked this video, click the like button, click subscribe if you want more like it. We'll be back next week with more Top Shelf Takes.